What is going on, everybody? Pete Simonetti here for NyynewsTV. Guys, things could be very well picking up with the New York Yankees and the Pittsburgh Pirates in a trade that could send Bryan Reynolds to the New York Yankees. Yes, this has been a name connected to the Yankees for a couple of years now. As you guys know, I've reported on it countless times. I got some news for you guys today that I just got a couple of hours ago when I put a tweet out also with Dan Federico, which I'm going to show you guys. The Yankees have been talking to the Pirates before Bryan Reynolds said, hey, look, we can't come to an agreement. Trade me. I want to be traded. I want to get out of here. And even after that, they've been talking, and I'm told as soon as the last 24 hours, they've been having conversations. But before I jump into some of the tweets that are out there, I want to bring this up because, again, today, I have been told that there's been minimal movement in a deal. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to collapse, get done, go through, however you see it, but there's talks happening enough that there's a little bit of traction there as of today. Again, these things can change like that because once one side bends a little bit, you could have a deal. I tell you what, if the Yankees go ahead and give us this underneath our Christmas tree, I got nothing bad to say. But let me pull up some of the tweets from today. This is from my friend Dan Federico. Let me go to Dan's first and his original tweet, which he actually went ahead and quote tweeted it. I'm told that Pittsburgh wants MLB-ready prospects, putting Volpe, Peraza, Wells at the forefront of Reynolds' talks. As John Morosi said, they want pitching, and while I don't have many high-end starting pitchers, but could round out a trade offer with lower-level prospects. No, I don't know if anything is close. Let's see. Let me go back on this. Then he also wrote, I'm not saying that any of the names mentioned are in active trade talks. Just putting pieces together would have to assume that Dominguez and everyone else on the table in terms of what the Pirates are asking for. Let's go a little further back. Here's what I then wrote. The Pirates have a load of young infielders, but you never say no on elite guys like Volpe or Peraza. I still think the teams match up very well for a trade, and as I've been telling you guys, I can see Pittsburgh pushing hard for Dominguez, but like Dan said, no one really knows who is involved as of right now. Now, we can have our assumptions, we can have our guesses on who may be available in this type of deal, but as of this moment right now, we don't know for sure, but you can kind of put pieces together, right? And I'm also going to bring up very soon the Pirates system and how loaded they are, especially in the infield. But here's the thing. As Dan said, he's right. A Volpe or Peraza could never come off the table because they're elite guys. So you never say no to the elite guys because guys can move positions. It's likely that O'Neal Cruz is not going to stay at shortstop. There's also a possibility that the Pirates could eventually move Bryan Hayes, who I love, but he's never healthy. And he's never been able to really develop into the guy that they expect him to be. And, you know, National League also has a DH now and a couple other positions that could be opened up and the outfield. So let's switch over to the Pirates real quick and look at their top guys. So Henry Davis, everybody knows, now with Rutschman being at the major league levels, one of the top catching prospects in Major League Baseball. Tamar Johnson is shortstop, second baseman, but he's far away. Quinn Priester, a starting pitcher. Peguero, a shortstop who's already been at the Major League level. Nick Gonzalez, who is not far away. Endy Rodriguez, more of an outfielder. Bubba Chandler, you got a guy that's a little bit, does a little bolt, but again, another guy that's very, very far away, just recently drafted. Mike Burrows is a pitcher. Anthony Solometo, as a lot of people know about Anthony Solometo, as the Yankees were interested in him in the draft, and then Thomas Harrington. So they're light on the pitching prospect side, but they are definitely high on infield prospects, including the guys already at the level. You got O'Neal Cruz already up there, Bryan Hayes, but then you throw in, again, your Peguero, your Nick Gonzalez, Tamar Johnson, few years away still, so you wouldn't hold him back for a guy like Volpe or Peraza. And I'm not saying anybody of those guys are going to be in a deal. I'm just simply saying you can see why a deal could be made here with these clubs. I believe if I'm the Pirates, and I've said this for a long time, you guys know I'm not a delusional fan. I give you guys the truth without bias. Every deal has to hurt. The Yankees can't just make deals and go, okay, well, yeah, that's an easy deal to make. No, it's got to be something where you look at it and go, oh, man, that's tough. Like, if we do this, it kind of changes what our future could potentially be a little bit or slightly, or it's a tough pill to swallow. Do we think this is the final piece? Do we think this piece really makes us elite? And you got to make that decision. But I think Clark Schmidt, Luis Heel, or Will Warren, I think Clark Schmidt is a big part of the deal. I think it makes a lot of sense for the Pirates. He jumps right in your rotation immediately. As a guy that proved last year, I could be healthy. And I think he should be a starter. That should be his role. He's always been a starter, always came up as a starter. Had some nice numbers as a relief pitcher, but he's a starter. And I think for a team like the Pirates, I'd be all over Clark Schmidt. Or Beater, Warren, or Luis Hill. You choose which one you want out of those three. Luis Hill is ready to go. He's going to be fully recovered by spring training. He's ready to rock and roll. Whether you put him in that rotation, however you feel it, you could have two guys that could immediately impact your starting rotation. That is a very nice sell to your fan base. Then you look at who are the elite prospects. Who are the guys that make the most sense for us? Do we want a guy that maybe doesn't necessarily have a position? Austin Wells? Do we feel Austin Wells could become a right fielder or a left fielder quickly? If so, Austin Wells could be up to the major leagues this year. The guy can hit. It's never been his issue. Austin Wells' biggest issue right now is that he doesn't have a great throwing arm as a catcher. He doesn't have great catching reflexes or pop time. He doesn't have any of that. He's a below average defensive catcher at the moment. But then you look at the elites. Volpe, Peraza, Dominguez. Let me tell you guys right now, I'm not here to say I would trade any of these guys. I'm not going to say that. But if it got to the point of where we're talking about one of those top three guys going in there, I'm pushing the Pirates to include Bednar. Give me one of your best relief pitchers too, and we'll figure this thing out. We'll give you two starting pitching prospects that are ready to roll and controllable. We'll give you one of our top prospects. And then look, hell, I'll tell you what. I'll throw in Everson Pierre. So that's two of our top five, potentially. And if it's not Pierre, I'll throw in Randy Vasquez. I'll throw in a Will Warren, a Beater. I'll throw those guys. And look, Spencer Jones to me is my guy. Spencer Jones is going to be my guy going forward. That's simple. But we'll see what happens. But I really do think the Yankees and the Pirates have a good shot of getting this deal done for this guy right here, man. Again, switch hitter. Bats on both sides of the plate. He got off to a slow start last year, but really picked it up. This guy has a chance to bat in front of Aaron Judge, guys. It'll make a big, big difference. He wants to play in New York, according to I know we hear these rumors a lot. He wants to be a Yankee, blah, blah, blah. But that's the rumor. Hey, you go Yankee Stadium homer. Why the hell not? He tore the Yankees up in this series. It was a joke. He beat the hell out the Yankees this series. Kind of remind me when Bryce Harper shaved when he came in. Like, come on, guys. You know what I'm doing here. Look at that piece of hitting right there. Bryan Reynolds, folks. Bryan Reynolds. Bryan Reynolds, man. My guy. My guy. But, look. Getting news today, like I got, hearing other people talk about the news today, that there is movement here. That's intriguing, man. Doesn't mean a deal is close. Doesn't mean a deal is done. Stay tuned to NyynewsTV. Stay tuned to my Twitter account. You never know, because if I get that text, Reynolds to New York, boom, it's there, baby. So, guys, again, in the comments below, I know we've talked so much about Reynolds, but we got some good news today. There's possible traction. This is good. Will the Yankees leave us a hell of a nice Christmas gift under the tree? I don't know. We'll find out. Stay tuned to NyynewsTV, guys. Talk to you again very soon. Hot balls later tonight. Peace.